The Arabs in ancient times were known for several qualities, among the most famous being intelligence and quick wit. Although this is a wonderful trait, sometimes it is exploited by thieves to deceive those around them. Here, you will see how a thief can use his intelligence to gain sympathy from others. The story goes that there was a man and his wife in Baghdad who were suffering from extreme poverty and hunger. One day, the man came to his wife and said, "What do you think about going to Homs?" She asked in surprise, "And what will we do in Homs?" He replied, "I have a business plan there and I want to work on it." She said, "Don't lie. You're a thief and you know nothing but stealing." He laughed and said, all right. I have a theft plan, and I will work on it." She went with him, and when they arrived in Damascus, they stayed in a house a little away from Homs. The man sat with his wife and said, "I will tell you the plan. Every day after midnight, bring some bread and water and place them in the mosque's empty courtyard and then leave. I will be gone from home for several days or months. I don't know exactly." She said, "All right." He went to the mosque at prayer time, performed ablution meticulously, and everyone noticed a stranger praying with them for the first time. The man began praying, prolonging the rituals, bowing and prostrating, and reciting. The people finished their prayers, and he was still praying. Then he finished his prayer, sat down, and started supplicating and reciting the Quran. He hardly spoke to anyone, barely returning greetings. The people of the mosque brought him some food and drink, but he left the food untouched, neither eating nor drinking nor talking. The people were amazed at this man's intense faith and asceticism. At the end of the day, he would secretly go to the courtyard to eat the food his wife had left for him. Then he would perform ablution again and continue his routine the next day. He kept this up for a month until his reputation for piety and devotion spread among the people of Homs. One night, he secretly went to his wife and said, "It's your turn in the plan. Tomorrow after the Friday prayer, come into the mosque. If you see me standing and praying, slap me on my face and say, 'You enemy of God, you murderer, you killed my son in Baghdad and fled to Homs thinking I wouldn't find you.'"
The next day, the couple executed their plan. When the woman entered the mosque and slapped her husband, the people in the mosque shouted and were furious with her, trying to push her away from him. The pious man then spoke while looking into their eyes and said, "Let her hit me. Yes, I am a murderer. I killed her son in Baghdad, and I am here to atone for my sin and repent to God. Praise be to God for giving me the chance to repent. Now, the time for retribution has come. So punish me because I have nothing to pay the blood money." Everyone in the mosque began to cry. He then said, "Allow me to speak to her for a moment and ask for her forgiveness before you kill me." He approached his wife's ear and whispered, "They will offer you blood money. Do not accept less than 10 times the usual amount." Then he stepped back and cried. The people went to the woman and said, "We will pay the blood money, but leave this man, for he is repentant." She replied, "But I want nothing but his head, and I will not accept the blood money regardless of the amount." They continued to persuade her until the blood money reached 10 times the usual amount, and then she agreed. The people of the mosque rejoiced greatly, and the man thanked them, saying, "I will never forget your kindness to me." The man then went home, got on his horse with his wife, carrying the money, and headed back to Baghdad after their plan had succeeded.